Today we are joined by TriNANO Technologies Private Limited, a SINE IIT Bombay incubated deep tech startup redefining solar efficiency through its patented 3D quantum cladding nano coating technology innovation. TriNANO has received the Government of India's Best Deep Tech Startup Award at the National Startup Award 5.0 in New Delhi recently. I'm Dr. Anubha Jain, senior journalist with ETV Bharat, and today I will be in conversation with Dr. Harsh Sethi, CEO of TriNANO Technologies. Welcome to our channel, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. So first, I'd like to know, TriNANO has been described as a made in India innovation. So what problem in the solar sector motivated you to develop this nano coating technology?
When we talk of solar panel, there are mainly three challenges, whether they are made by Chinese or Indian or any other manufacturer. One is that the efficiency they describe as 20-24% is under standard test conditions, which means sun rays has to be 90 degrees and panel temperature has to be 25 degrees. But in actual conditions, the efficiency is just around 16 to 18%. So first issue. Second, that efficiency is also dependent on dirty surfaces like dust, oil, grime, watermarks, bird droppings, etc. They affect the efficiency. For that, you need regular maintenance and cleaning, which is a recurring cost. And third, just like batteries degrade, solar panel also degrade. So after 15 or 17 years, you may need to replace the panel, which becomes a big investment cost. So these are the three challenges which any solar panel installation would be facing.
Okay, right. So, what was the breakthrough movement that made this technology commercially viable? Or, if I ask, how does TriNano's technology ultimately benefit ordinary citizens, whether as electricity consumers or taxpayers, homeowners, and why should they care about this innovation?
So let's say if you are having solar panel at your rooftop, we guarantee that whatever time or whatever age they are, whatever brand make age they are, then we will guarantee that you will get 4% increase in the power output from day one once you use our technology. And second, lot of places in India we have issues of water, so we also assure that in there is a decrease in the cleaning frequency and negligible use of water for the cleaning purpose. So these are the benefits which any consumer of solar energy can get to have the economics of the solar energy usage and also in the operation and maintenance part.
Okay, right. So, can this technology play a role in rooftop solar for homes, or is it only meant for large solar parks?
It is used, it can be used for both purposes, even for the solar panel manufacturers, which can give them an advantage over Chinese panel manufacturers, as well as the existing solar farms, whether they are big solar farms or rooftop solar applications.
Okay, right. So your pilot shows a 4 to 6% increase in power output and up to 55% reduction in cleaning. So how consistent are these results across different climates, deserts, coastal regions, and high dust zones?
We have done pilots across India from Haryana, Punjab, Delhi, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra, and in different locations with different panel manufacturers, brand types, etc. And we have consistently got the results of at least 4% increase in the power output and reduction in cleaning frequency by as much as 50%. Usage of water is almost negligible. So we can confidently say that these results will be possible for any solar plant installation.
So at just 95 paisa per watt week, how quickly does a solar plant recover its investment after applying TriNano's nano coating?
Normally, it's called a PPA rate, power purchase agreement rate, which is for the big solar installations. And in Rajasthan, which is the lowest at 3 or 4 rupees, we have seen the customer benefits, and they have replied to us that they will get an ROI in about 26 to 30 months. But if it is for a rooftop solar installation, then I think that within a year they will get an ROI for their investment in the code in our technology.
Okay, right. So what makes this technology fundamentally different from existing solution globally? Or
When we
if
talk
I ask in other words, how does improving existing solar panels help India achieve its net zero goals faster?
So when you talk of the current technology which is available in the market, the manufacturer doesn't even give a guarantee of even 3 months life. Normally, the application process has to be repeated either multiple times a year or at least once a year. And the coating charges along with O&M, operation and maintenance, could be as high as 25 to 30 lakh rupees per megawatt per year. Our coating has been tested at IIT Bombay for more than 10 years of life, which means that the coating life, with the coating life, your charges are less than 1 lakh rupees per megawatt per year. First part. Second, we guarantee that you will get an increase in power output from day one by 4%. And third, we reduce the cell temperature, which means that we will increase the panel life by 2 to 3 years. So these are the differential factors between the existing technology and our technology.
Okay, great. That's actually wonderful. Yeah.
Thank
But
you.
water scarcity is a growing concern these days. So, how
Yeah.
significant is your this TriNano's impact in reducing water usage for solar panel maintenance?
So what we do is we do 3D quantum cladding, which means we are increasing the surface area. And by increasing the surface area, we are mimicking something like we are creating a microstructure which mimics Amazon raintree forest. And therefore, we absorb more light and pass it on to underneath solar cells. And thereby, we increase the power output by 4%. Secondly, with this structure, which is a very sharp needle-like structure, we increase the surface tension, and thereby anything falling on the coated surface, they don't stick, they don't flatten out, therefore they tend to roll off. So anything falling on the coated surface, they don't, you know like, they don't stick, and therefore cleaning frequency is reduced and use of water is greatly minimized. So that's how we increase the output as well as reduce the O&M expenses.
Okay, right. So, with LOIs worth rupees 30 crore, as you mentioned, and plans to deploy robotic coating machines, so how do you see TriNano scaling over the next 2 to 3 years?
So we started in 2022. That time we were doing in the lab scale at IIT Bombay, and with the help of Sign IIT Bombay and Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, we are at a stage where we are at the cusp of commercialization. So we have orders from existing solar plants as well as solar panel manufacturers, where we can directly integrate with the solar panel manufacturing line. So in case if you're let's say building a solar plant or trying to put up something on solar panels on your rooftop, you can buy the coated panel from the manufacturer itself. If there are existing solar farms, then we'll take the equipment there and do the coating at the site. So that's how we are providing services to the solar industry.
Okay. So, sir, right, if I ask about the government perspective, so what kind of policy, procurement, or pilot support do you expect from the government to help Indian climate tech startups compete globally?
So after having won the award at National Startup Day and having an interaction with our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, and then our Commerce Minister Shri Piyush Goyal, we had a chance also to interact with MNRE, and they said that there are a couple of possibilities wherein we can put in the services and reduce the cleaning efforts and increase the output. One such example was that on the roadside you have street lights and CCTV cameras which are being powered by solar panel, and they have the issues of cleaning because dust and all, and they tend to become ineffective. So our coating can be applied as a first step which can continue to give the power while reducing the cleaning frequencies or use of cleaning at all. And then there are possibilities of incorporating in PM Surya Ghar Bijli Yojana plus Kusum Yojana, where we can incorporate, because let's say if you put solar panel on your rooftop, then it's very difficult to go to the rooftop and regularly maintain and clean it. Our technology would help you get a better power output and also reduce the cleaning frequency and use of water for cleaning.
Okay, right. So with patents filed, you also already filed in US and Europe. So which international markets do you see as the most promising for your organization and why?
Currently, we are focused on India market because India is a very big market. But apparently, there is a big possibility in the overseas market also. And wherever there is good sunlight, it becomes a good market. So Middle East, MENA region, Middle East and North Africa, America, Brazil, Europe, Australia. There are the key markets which we would focus on in the coming years.
Right. So looking ahead to 2030 and beyond, how do you see indigenous deep tech innovations like TriNANO shaping India's role in the global clean energy transition?
There has been a consistent and a very good government support for startups in terms of the ecosystem, the incubators, accelerators, plus government grants, and the Startup India Fund, plus the fund of funds by Government of India, which help the deep tech startups. Because in deep tech, you normally need a lot of money to sustain and build up from the TRL level, maybe 4 or 5, coming to a commercial scale of TRL 9 and beyond to actually deploy in the market. So government of India has been very active in supporting all these startups and providing the support system. We have been very fortunate to get a lot of grants, support, and also the recognition from the government of India. And I hope that all the startups who are in deep tech technology will benefit from the government of India schemes to actually scale up and provide a competitive landscape to all the technologies which are there in the world.
Okay, right, sir. And in the end, your concluding remarks, if any.
So I would say that I have been in the material. I am a material science engineer and I am PhD, and I have been in the material science space in 1990s, where I have had maybe 4 to 5 failed startups. And that time there was no culture of startup. Government didn't give any loans, etc. I come from a middle class background, but from that to now, the government support is enormous. The startup culture has developed very well, and I encourage the young generation, budding entrepreneurs, to venture out and see the possibilities, what they can contribute to the Indian ecosystem and contribute to the Indian economy.
Okay, right, sir. Thank you so much for this insightful conversation. So, TriNano's journey highlight how deep science, sustainability, and Make in India innovation can come together to strengthen India's clean energy future. Thank you so much, Dr. Sethi, for sharing your insights with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Anubaji. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.